please remain standing to recognize the faculty of the Graduate School of Education and Human Development. Morning, sir. Good, sir. Graduates, faculty, and guests, please be seated. I now call Interim Senior Associate Dean Colin Green to the podium.
Well, good morning. Okay, take a deep breath. You've made it. This is going to be an enjoyable 1.5-hour ride, so just enjoy the moment. Welcome. Welcome to the Graduate School of Education and Human Development Master's, EDS, and doctoral ceremony on this beautiful Saturday morning. I'm honored, first of all, to welcome the graduates of 2017. I extend a warm welcome to family members, to friends, to supporters, to cheerleaders, and to the faculty of the School of Education and Human Development, and to our distinguished guests. Today is an important milestone for all of you as the best and the brightest drawn from all parts of our community. I congratulate each of you who chose to extend the boundaries of your knowledge and work and to fulfill your intellectual potential and your great purpose. I offer my wholehearted, deepest respect and congratulations to every one of you on your achievement today, and look forward to learning about the impact as you go forward into doing good in this world. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the graduates. Well, it's a reintroduction to the graduates, to your friends and to your family, to introduce to you the Dean of the Graduate School of Education and Human Development, Michael Foyer. Many of you know Dean Foyer as a thoughtful leader, an inspiring professor, and he unfortunately is also a Washington National baseball fan. He suffers a lot of disappointment in life because of that. But he still comes back every year full of enthusiasm, thinking that this is going to be the year. In addition to being a baseball fan, he has at various points in his life been a DJ, 1960s, 1970s music. Move along. He's also been a political activist and also an editor. Dean Foyer came to join us in 2010 from the National Academy of Sciences. He currently serves both as our Dean and also as the President of the National Academy of Education. He is a strategic thinker. He supports all of our efforts to advance the profession of education through both research, policy, and practice. Please give a warm round of applause for Dean Michael Foyer.
Yes, indeed, this is going to be the year of the Nationals. I will go off script just for a moment, since my dear colleague Dean Green has mentioned this thing about baseball, and just point out that my understanding is that the Los Angeles Dodgers will be returning to Brooklyn, and you're all too young to understand that joke. Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the wonderful class of 2017. Is anyone in the mood to graduate this weekend? Let's have that again. There was somebody down on 5th Street who didn't hear you. What a pleasure, what an honor to be here with you today. You know, as I was heading out this morning, my wife offered her usual good advice. Don't try to be charming, witty, or intellectual. Just be yourself. Right. But I will break with character a little bit, and I promise to keep my remarks brief, no matter how long that takes. It has come to my attention, by the way, that my colleagues assembled behind me on the stage here can't really hear what I'm saying, which is good, because that means I can talk about them. It also means that the same jokes that I used last year, they'll think it's all fresh and original, and I hope some of you do too. Before I start, I want to go off script again just to say a very, very special thank you to our marvelous staff in the Graduate School of Education and Human Development. Every time this happens, when we do the procession and we see the assembly and everybody's sort of fitting in so nicely, I am just overawed by the professionalism, the expertise, the grace, the charm, the good humor of our staff that makes all of this possible. Some of them are here, you know them. Some of them are standing back there. One of them, named Rachel, it's her birthday, but we're not going to break into the birthday song. We're just going to say happy birthday to Rachel. And to all of the staff who helped us, let's show them what we think. We're also very blessed today to have with us some of the great heroes of GSHED who are retiring, which means that essentially they're abandoning me. And I just want them to know again, and I want you to join me in telling them this, how much we love them, how much we appreciate what they've done for our school, for the university, for the profession, and for the world. And we wish them all a continuation into the next chapter of their lives, as happy, as successful, and probably a little bit more restful than we have made it for them. Joel Gomez, Linda Lemasters, Sharon Lynch, Roger Whitaker. I'm not sure if Carol Horay is here, but I'm going to mention her name anyway. Would you please stand, those of you whose names I just mentioned, so that we can acknowledge you and thank you. We have some other very special people with us today, including some of our GSHED alumni who are ready, willing, and able to welcome you into their club, which happens officially on Sunday after the ceremony on the Mall. But Ed Vest, who was, as always, the opening Master of Ceremonies here. Ed, thank you again. Reggie Greer, who comes every year and is a great pal of GSHED. Thank you, Reggie. Other alumni are here, including, now get this, including some of our own faculty who were graduates of our school. Syl Beck, Lisa Rice, Andrea Casey, Karen Ihrig, Linda LeMasters, Mike Marquardt, Maureen McGuire-Kulitz, Chris McGee, Carol Stapp, Juliana Tamans, if she's here, Lottie Baker, Doran Gresham, and my wonderful Associate Dean for Research and External Relations, Max Freund. Let's hear it for these great GSHED alumni. Okay, a few somewhat more serious words, but this is an opportunity for me to share some of my ideas with you and some reflections. And when I look out over this magnificent mosaic of gender and race and ethnicity and sexual orientation and nationality and religion, and as I listen to the symphony of your many languages, I am so relieved. We are living in interesting and challenging times, folks. But I know when I look at you that we are up to the challenges and that together we will continue to pursue the dreams that have always made this country a light unto the nations. At the risk of sounding politically relevant, let me share a few interesting findings from a recent study by the nation's premier scientific organization. In 2015, the National Academy of Sciences reported that, quote, "The US has been populated, built, and transformed by successive waves of migration from almost every part of the world. It is home to almost 1/5 of the world's international migrants, and the 23 million who arrived between 1990 and 2013 is 3 times larger than the number of immigrants received by any other country during that period." The Academy report emphasized that across all measurable outcomes, integration increases over time, with immigrants becoming more like the native-born with more time in the country, and with the second and third generations becoming more like other native-born Americans than their parents were. The increased prevalence of immigration is associated with lower crime rates, lower incarceration rates for the foreign-born, at the level of 1/4 that of the native-born. And I could go on. Let me add, roughly 12% of foreign-born persons 25 and older hold graduate and professional degrees. That's slightly higher than the percentage of native-born Americans. With that, our economic situation in this country, as measured by things like productivity growth and employment and unemployment, is extraordinarily robust. We remain among the most competitive countries on earth, and most wonderfully, we are the second most generous people in the world, according to international metrics of generosity. I mention all this because as I look at this room, and as I eavesdrop on your conversations, I see the collage, and I hear the cacophony that makes me super proud to be connected to you, super grateful to be living in this country, and super happy that we are all associated with someone named George Washington. More on that in a moment. But wait, some of you must surely be wondering, is this guy for real? Does he think we don't have problems? Well, you can relax. In fact, I am worried. I'm not blind to the less charming parts of our past or to the very real threats to our future. On the one hand, it is true, universal education began in America long before it became fashionable elsewhere. By the early 1950s, we had 5 times as many teens enrolled in public high school than in most European countries, and that's a wonderful record to be sure. But here's the bad news. We were abysmally late in spreading that spirit of inclusion and access to people of color. We cannot overlook, and we underestimate at our peril, the ugliness of the blemish on our beautiful democratic tapestry. African Americans, who, contrary to some of the nonsense that we've heard lately, were not immigrants, quote unquote, in the traditional sense of that word, but rather came here in chains, weren't included until the mid-1950s, and even then it was slow and painful. Thankfully, we had enlightened leaders in Congress, on the Supreme Court, in the White House. So things have gotten better, but we still have a lot of catching up to do. Yes, things are better now in some important ways. Lunch counters, public housing, buses, schools are no longer places where people are legally excluded or separated because of their skin color, and where educational attainment and academic achievement has actually been rising steadily. By substantial margins, we twice elected an African American president. But let's not forget that 53 years after the passage of the Civil Rights Act, 4 in 10 Black and Latino students attend segregated schools. Life expectancy in neighborhoods nearby, in Baltimore, just 35 miles from here, is lower than in some parts of the developing world. In the last 30 years, we have somehow allowed income inequality to increase to levels never before seen in this country. The achievement gap, though narrower, is still unacceptable. Do we think it is okay that 22% of our children live below the poverty line? Is it okay that some of the best schools in the world are a half a mile away from some of the worst? Well, what's my message here? It is this: we cannot afford either despair or complacency. There's no doubt in my mind that there are people in this country who would like to reverse decades of progress, who would like to ignore mountains of evidence that good government can make us better, who are willing and able to resort to the most vile stereotyping and bigotry just to score political points. Against those forces, we must be vigilant, not complacent, and also not desperate. F. Scott Fitzgerald, the author of The Great Gatsby and other classics, once said that the test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold 2 opposed ideas in mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function. Here you have 2 opposing, or at least 2 very complicated ideas at the same time: the great American past and the great risk to the American future. I don't know if I have Fitzgerald's first-rate intelligence. In fact, I'm pretty sure I don't. But to manage with those realities, I think of my mother of blessed memory, who used to say that although she understood why we need a good rear-view mirror in the car, she preferred to look out the front windshield. And that brings me to our university's namesake, the amazing George Washington. Get this, in his letter to the Jewish community of Newport, Rhode Island in 1790, he wrote this: "The citizens of the United States of America have a right to applaud themselves for having given to mankind examples of an enlarged and liberal policy, a policy worthy of imitation, which gives to bigotry no sanction, to persecution no assistance." I am confident that even in stressful times, our noblest traditions will prevail. I'm glad to be living in a country whose capital is named after him, and even more thrilled to be working in a university named after him. So, my dear graduates, look through your windshields, and as you contemplate your future, stay strong, and remember we are in this together. Your power comes not only from yourselves, but from your community, your family, your friends, colleagues who have joined you here today to salute and celebrate and in a way reassure you that as you leave and as you continue to try to make this world a better place, you will not be alone. Look around and give this cheering section that came here today for you a much-deserved round of applause. And while we're at it, can I ask that you please remember with homage, gratitude, respect, and awe the great GSHED family. Will the faculty and staff of GSHED please rise for a moment? Tell them what you think. Here's the best news of all. I'm done. We have your back. We love you. We will be here cheering for you. Congratulations to all of you. Even better news, I now have the great honor and pleasure to introduce this year's GSHED Commencement Celebration speaker, Sarah Beck, Academic Dean at Glasgow Middle School in Fairfax County and a proud alumna of the Graduate School of Education and Human Development. Sarah graduated with a master's in secondary education, and at Glasgow Middle School, her role has evolved from classroom teacher to teacher leader to administrator. In her current capacity as academic dean, she works with the school leadership to communicate and carry out the vision for the school's academic programs. She was selected as Glasgow's 2015 Teacher of the Year, and most recently was selected as a finalist for the 2017 Fairfax County Public School Outstanding Leader Award. Serving over 1,700 students in grades 6 through 8, Glasgow is the largest middle school in Virginia. 70% of their students receive meal assistance. 63% of the students speak a language other than English as their primary language. The Glasgow student population and their families come from 70 different countries and speak 50 different languages. This incredible diversity is what drew Sarah to the school, where she has become a first-rate history teacher and continues to motivate her work there now, just about 6 years later. Sarah previously worked as a management consultant and finance analyst in San Francisco. She's got a bachelor's degree from a small place in Palo Alto called Stanford University in comparative studies in race and ethnicity, and where she was also a recipient of the East Palo Alto Social Venture Award and the Haas Fellowship for Public Service. For these and other reasons, it is a deep, deep pleasure for me to introduce Sarah Beck.
Thank you. It is an honor to be here with you today. There is nothing better than celebrating commencement with a bunch of educators, because more than any other group of people, we love learning and we love growth. In fact, that's what all us GSHED graduates have in common. We have dedicated ourselves to the work of making humans better, whether it's teaching them new things in a classroom, supporting them through challenges in a counselor's office, or advocating for policy that supports our nation's learners. To be an educator is to see and cultivate potential, both in others and in ourselves. The aha moments, the light bulbs, the cognitive shifts, whatever you want to call it, we all know exactly what that looks like. Think of the last time you saw that happen in someone you were working with, a client, a student, a colleague. It's what we work for, day in and day out. Being the conduit of someone else's growth is humbling, awe-inspiring work, and it's why we do what we do every single day. We all love this learning moment, but what we often fail to recognize is that growth always involves someone, somewhere, first having invited discomfort. Whether it was the time that I agreed to try Zumba with my mother-in-law, or a first-year teacher inviting me to observe her first attempt at a class project, or a student coming to apologize for his actions the day before, discomfort is a critical ingredient to learning. 6 years ago, I was sitting where you sit now, and several months later, I found myself teaching at Glasgow Middle School in Fairfax County. I'm still there today as the academic dean. It has 1,750 students. It's arguably one of the largest and most diverse schools in the nation. Our students speak so many languages. I honestly couldn't imagine diversity like I work with every day now when I was in school. And the reality that I'm learning is that our work as educators means that so many of the things that inspire us, diversity, lifelong learning, community engagement, they all require us to be uncomfortable before they are meaningful. So to be a great educator, you have to invite discomfort. And in contrast, I spend much of my life figuring out how to be more comfortable. But each day that I spend as an educator convinces me more the value that discomfort offers us. Today, I want to share with you 3 ways that I've learned to get better at being uncomfortable. First, I've learned that if I reframe challenges as opportunities, then I am better able to willingly approach discomfort. And in education, there are plenty of challenges to practice reframing. One of the most challenging students that I've ever worked with was a 7th grader named Mario. By age 11, Mario had already decided that school meant nothing but failure for him. He was reading several years below grade level, and he rarely attempted to even write his name on a piece of paper, let alone begin any of his work. Mario had also figured out that if he stayed quiet and looked down at his papers, most people would assume that he was doing his work and leave him alone. So when I tried to hold Mario accountable to trying, even in the most gentle or positive of ways, he would walk out of the room, break pencils in half, or at best pace around, ignoring me completely. I felt that my choices were to engage him and disrupt the entire class, or ignore him and let him languish. I was stumped. So I approached a colleague who I knew was successful with some of the most difficult students in the school. I described Mario's reactions, expecting her to be aghast and dismayed, much like I was. Instead, to my surprise, she said, "Great! That is so helpful. It gives us so much information about what he needs." What I had seen as problems, she saw as information. What I saw as challenges, she saw as opportunities. Even when those challenges seem most daunting, overcrowded schools, budget cuts, pressure around test scores, there are opportunities to create a sense of common purpose and urgency to drive school improvement. If reframing challenges as opportunities gives me the perspective I need to face discomfort, then assuming best intentions is what gets me through that discomfort. In Mario's case, I decided to assume he was doing his best. He was an 11-year-old kid who had been defeated and embarrassed so many times that he was willing to try almost anything to avoid that feeling again. I could have decided that Mario couldn't or wouldn't try. I could have assumed that he was choosing not to behave the way he knew he ought to, just because he was lazy or spoiled. If I had, neither Mario nor I would have learned anything that year. Instead, we would have engaged in a year-long power struggle. I ask him to do something, he refuses, then what? Do it or else? Instead, I assumed he was doing his best. I would ask him to do something, he would refuse. I would ask myself, what does he need to be able to do this? A different reading, a partner, a sentence starter, a goal, and I'd try again. It was uncomfortable, painful even, but it worked. Slowly, Mario began to believe that I wasn't going to stop asking what he would need. And he also began to believe that I would set him up to be successful. It was slow, often frustrating, but it was learning. Each year, we send an anonymous staff survey at the end of the school year. It is a great opportunity to read people's unfiltered thoughts and perspectives on how the school is being run. Without it, as school leaders, we could easily create an echo chamber of agreement and convince ourselves that we were making the right decisions that were working for everybody. And as you may imagine, it can read like the anonymous comments section of the local online newspaper. Last year, I led the staff development sessions at our school, and I would often use stories from my life and my classroom to illustrate the topics we were discussing. As we sat in a leadership team meeting at the end of the school year, I was horrified to read one of the responses with my name in it. Please stop letting Sarah Beck share stories from her personal life that have little or nothing to do with instruction. Those of us who have been on this earth for longer than 30 years find her stories banal. Even reading it aloud now makes me cringe with discomfort. It would have been most comfortable for me to say to myself, well, clearly this person has nothing constructive to say, and I could have gotten defensive and ignored the feedback altogether. Instead, after a few deep breaths, I assumed they were doing their best, and I thought to myself, okay, if this person weren't so frustrated and tired at the end of giving their very best for an entire school year, how might they have phrased this differently? It was the perspective I needed to engage in the feedback instead of discounting it or ignoring it. Assuming everyone is doing their best doesn't mean you won't push them to do better or hold them accountable to treating you fairly or with respect. But assuming everyone is doing their best means we all have the best possible chance of learning from the experience. So I face discomfort by seeing opportunity and challenges, and I engage gracefully even when it gets difficult by assuming the best. Finally, and most importantly, I learn from discomfort by practicing reflection afterward. In the moment, it is nearly impossible to learn from discomfort. It's too messy, too frustrating, too raw. Instead, we're doing our best just to get through the moment gracefully. When we are uncomfortable, we are tempted to lose our cool, our commitment, and our confidence. It's only afterward that we have the chance to allow the experience to mature and really learn from it. When I was first reading the feedback on that staff survey, it was beyond uncomfortable. I looked up the word banal, just to rub it in. It means, quote, so lacking in originality as to be obvious and boring, end quote. These were personal stories I valued, and I had shared them thoughtfully. I was too uncomfortable to learn from it in that moment. It was all I could do not to crumple up the printed responses and throw them out, much like Mario would have done. But the more I thought about the comment, the more I forced myself to assume best intention about the person who wrote it, the more I was able to learn from it. I realized the heart of the comment was a desire for training that was more directly and clearly related to instruction. And what an amazing thing to have staff asking for more focus on instruction. It's incredible. The following school year, I told fewer personal stories, not because I was afraid or angry, but because the anonymous comment held an important truth. As a school, we were ready to focus more on instruction, and we would be missing an incredible opportunity if we didn't. Many of us, myself included, got into education because we want to inspire people. But inspiration only takes learning so far. If we want to truly excel in this noble endeavor, If we want to reach even the most difficult students and grow in our weakest areas, it will take more than a desire to see good things happen. We must be willing to seek out discomfort and commit to engaging in it purposefully, gracefully, and reflectively. As you celebrate your impressive accomplishments today, I hope you have many comfortable moments, time with loved ones, opportunities to dream about the future, and moments where you reflect on the doors now opening for you. I also hope that you pay attention to the moments to come when you get uncomfortable. In these moments, I hope you also feel excitement and pride, knowing that discomfort means you are headed towards the most meaningful learning. Thank you.
Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Thank you, Sarah. I just want to add, I've been to Sarah's classroom a few times, and each time, I think she may remember this, 3 words came to my mind when I was watching her with her kids. Why not me? Why didn't I have a middle school teacher like Sarah Beck? And talk about inspiration. I would invite you all to her classroom, but I think the authorities there would get a little nervous to see all of us show up. If you have a chance, check it out. Sarah, we are thrilled, in addition to having had your words and your inspired wisdom, to honor you today with the inaugural GSHED Outstanding Alumni Achievement Award. For your dedication to education, your commitment to the improving inclusivity and access, your unwavering efforts to move the needle of progress forward, one student, one classroom, one school at a time, we salute you. Your work is all that GSHED alumni can accomplish when we put theory into practice with that spirit of kindness and perseverance. On behalf of the GSHED community, we thank you. Congratulations. All yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for those very inspiring words. So given that our ceremony is about the graduates today, we always take an opportunity to have one of the students who's graduating today to offer some comments. And we had a competitive process, and student speakers came forward with what would be comments they would like to say at their own graduation ceremonies. And we selected one of our graduates from today to give a very short speech. So it's my honor to introduce Dora Daniel. Dora is graduating today with a master's degree in educational technology and leadership. A committed lifelong learner, Dora's interests range from international development to healthcare to girls' education. It is with great pleasure that I invite Dora Daniel to the stage to address the graduating class of 2017.
Good morning. The 19th century novelist George Eliot said, "It's never too late to be what you might have been." It is a quote that resonated with me as I applied for graduate admission at GW, as it literally describes my life. At 31, I quit my corporate job of 10 years, put my life in storage, and moved to Kenya to teach small business development. At 40, I left a comfortable job as a vice president to start my consulting practice. At 47, I married the man who, for me, personifies the word soulmate. And at the age of 50, I gained admission to the Educational Technology Leadership Program. after more than 20 years away from the higher education arena. Our leadership at the G-Shed reminds us that transformation begins here. As one who has spent most of her life in pursuit of transformation, the G-Shed's call to action excites me. The university has kept its promise of transformation for each of us personally and as leaders of change. As G-Shed graduates, we stand at the gateway to countless possibilities about how knowledge can shape our world and are in a unique position to positively influence the learning process across the K-12, higher education, and lifelong learning spectrum. We have been at the center of a global conversation. We have gathered data, exchanged ideas, debated, and developed theories. And now we have arrived at a crossroads where we are given the choice and the challenge to have an impact. We leave GW with the ability to transform learning outcomes for people of all ages, whether they are in the classroom or the conference room, are 6, 36, or 76. We assume responsibility for continuing the momentum started here, applying what we've learned in settings large and small. Let us use this call to action, this language of learning in which we've become fluent, to practice and promote a lifetime of transformation as continuous learners and teachers. We can tackle issues of literacy in our schools or help professionals improve performance in their work environments. We can instill a love of knowledge for early age learners or reignite the passion for knowledge in our colleagues, families, and friends. Technology is our friend in this effort, as it makes knowledge and learning available to virtually everyone, regardless of where you are in this world and irrespective of gender, physical limitations, ethnicity, socioeconomic background, or faith affiliation. I ask my fellow graduates to join me in embracing this role of transformer. Each of us can take forward this message of transformation through learning by sharing our gifts in recognizable and non-traditional ways. Tutor children or adults, launch and lead a community of practice within your organization, or experience the satisfaction of lifelong learning as I did when I taught my 80-year-old mother how to use a tablet, so that with the swipe of a finger, she can now access a passage from her chosen book of faith. We have the tools to create learning experiences in person or online, which can support transformation from learning disabled to learning success, from employee to entrepreneur, from a consumer to a producer, from a local thinker to a global messenger, from someone who considers options to someone who creates possibilities. Today, we celebrate yet another significant transformation, from GW students to GW alumni. We transition from scholars to global and community leaders and practitioners. As we leave GW, I challenge you to consider the trust we are given as trained learning leaders with the ability to create the transformations that make our world a better place to live. Whose transformation will you guide today? Thank you. I now invite G-Shed's Associate Dean of Research and External Relations, Dr. Maxine Freund, to the podium to honor this year's rewards recipients.
Thank you, Dora. So each year, every year, each of our 5 departments in the Graduate School of Education and Human Development honor the students whose academic work represents the highest standards in the field and whose commitments provide evidence of their capacity to lead, collaborate, and engage with clients, students, and fellow professionals. Each of the department awards are identified and described on pages 6 and 7 of your programs. I ask you now to join us in recognizing the individuals who have been chosen to receive the departmental awards. Honorees, when your name is called, please stand, and I ask the audience to hold your applause until all the awardees have been named. We will tell you when that happens and ask you to join us in applause for them all. I will begin first with the Department of Counseling and Human Development Awards. The first award, the Chris Erickson Mental Health Service Advocacy Award, is presented to Carissa LeRae Strohacker. Please stand, there you are. The Clement E. Von Tress Cross-Cultural Award recognizes Andiana Emanuel. Congratulations. The Harry Grubb Detweiler Memorial Award is awarded to Andrew William Sheston. Congratulations to the awardees in the Department of Counseling. I now present the awards in the Department of Curriculum and Pedagogy. The Corey Hansen Award is awarded to Carolina Rodriguez Garcia. Congratulations. The Elementary Education Model Program Award is presented to two of the graduates, Taylor M. Monfordini and Joshua Ethan Benjamin. And the Sylvia Side Beck Elementary Education Program recognizes Munazi Gazanfar. Congratulations to you all. And I now introduce my colleague, Dr. Rick Jakeman, who's the Assistant Dean for Academic Affairs. Rick has joined me on the podium to present the Department of Education Leadership, Human and Organizational Learning, and Special Ed and Disability Studies Awards.
I now present to you the awardees from the Department of Educational Leadership. The Doris and Sam Buckalter Endowment for Museum Education Prize goes to Cristina Margarita Hernandez Guerrero. The Dorothy A. Moore Award in International Education is awarded in recognition of leadership of Melissa Ann Gwynn. The Henry Willett Scholarship Award recognizes Jordan Lee McGregor. The Jerry Trout Award in Educational Technology Leadership goes to Kelly Brenna Cashin and Eric Bomi Mistry. The Marcella Brenner for Museum Education Award provides financial support and recognition to Erin Marie Kohler and Kate Breyer Reichert. The Nanyuk Shin International Education Award goes to Romina Hizel Cashman and Marie L. Balaloo. The Rosetta A. and Sadie B. Feldman Fellows in Museum Education Award recognizes Taylor Christine Horst and Zoe Liu. I now present you the awards for the Department of Human and Organizational Learning. The Leonard Nader Leadership Award recognizes Benjamin T. Adams and Lisa Ann Schauer. Last but not least, I present the awards for the Department of Special Education and Disability Studies. The Bertrice Cornish Award in Early Childhood Special Education is awarded to Demetria Charisse Clark. The Bilingual Special Education Award recognizes Zaporia N. Smith. The Perry Boughton Award goes to Courtney Elizabeth Callis. The Rita Ives Award is given to Candace Wernstein-Hoppen. Please join me in a round of applause for all the awardees. It is now my pleasure to introduce GSHED's representative to the GW Alumni Association Board, Scott Wilson, Columbian College of Arts and Sciences class of 2005 and GSHED class of 2014. Scott is the academic director at the Close Up Foundation, a nonprofit that exists to educate and inspire young people to participate in our democracy. He will present this year's George Washington Alumni Association Award.
Thank you, Dean Jakeman. Good morning, and congratulations on achieving this milestone. Today represents the culmination of much hard work and dedication, and I'm very honored to be able to witness it. Additionally, I'm happy to be here today to share with you some of the reasons for remaining engaged with GSHED and with the university as you move from students to alumni. Only a few years ago, I sat where you are now, and I was not certain how my time at GSHED would impact my life and career, or how I would remain connected to the school. Now, as I continue my graduate studies, I know that the experiences, the learning, and the relationships established here are a formative part of my educational career. I trust that you will come to feel the same way. The GW Alumni Association represents the 250,000 alumni like you and works to strengthen the relationship between alumni and the university. GW alumni are changing the world every day through their service to their communities, contributions to their profession, and their dedication to GW. As you receive your diplomas, each of you will become part of this lifelong and worldwide community, and I encourage you to engage with the Alumni Association and to embrace our philosophy of colonials helping colonials. The GW Alumni Association has a rich tradition of recognizing a graduating student from each school who has shown a commitment to the university, outstanding leadership in campus and community activities, and curricular and extracurricular accomplishments. This year's recipient of the GW Alumni Association Prize from the Graduate School of Education and Human Development is Mahogany Persip. Mahogany recognized and addressed the need to create an open and inclusive space for underrepresented students at GSHED to discuss intercultural issues and personal experiences. The result of her work was a new online space called The Arc, which features blogs, lectures, events, and articles encouraging important, difficult conversations around issues of social justice and equity. Many of us in this room share the faith that education can strengthen democracy, and yet we are also aware of the fact that we often fall short. Mahogany's work to foster dialogue, create a platform for marginalized voices, and to expand our understanding and empathy is an excellent example of the imagination and leadership required to create educational spaces that live up to their democratic aspirations. It is an example that I hope many will follow. Please join me in congratulating Mahogany.
It is now my great pleasure to recognize our candidates for the degree of Doctor of Education and Doctor of Philosophy. I ask the doctoral graduates to please come forward once your name is called to receive our recognition of your accomplishments. Please proceed across the stage to greet Dean Foyer and then continue on to be greeted and recognized by the faculty. I now present Johanna S.M. Bishop. And Oreo Lacritz. Tracy Lynn Laurent. Kimberly Blake Beckerdite. Kelly L. Robson. Lan Ju. Afsana Honey Kamanja, and I do apologize. Bacha. Mark Christopher Bacha. Sarah Acree Hitch. Lisa D. Fayal. Angela D. Burns Ramirez. Brooke Denard. Vincent Peter O'Neill. Adam Somer. Veronica Diane Haight. Herschel Lewis Holliday Sr. Ramage. Sean Dale Ramage. Andrew Peter Atchison. Lisa E. Kruger. Deborah Morgan Roberts. Mina Eleni Barmini. Jared Lewis Roberts. Roderick Wayne Harden Sr. Miao Chuan Wei. Valen Sky Jordan. Michael R. Ford. Miranda Carey Lynette Ward. Daria Nelia Valentine. Regina Ruth Garrett Sproul. Heidi Halligan Platt. Zaporia N. Smith. Rebecca Lynn Foster. Teresa Saki Armstrong. Angela Marie Johnson. Timothy Wilmot. John Edward Pistrowski.
You need to speed it up a little.
Tracy M. McClure. Michelle Rachel Jacobs. Bradley Klein Beecher. Tiffany Tiana Forrester. Donald Ray Sanders Sr. Bernard Donald Schultz. Leslie A. Ralph Wiggins. And Anna Single. Please give a round of applause for our doctoral graduates and
we now have the honor of recognizing those students who will be receiving their education specialist degrees. They've already lined up. I ask them to begin. Thank you very much. Diana I. Brown. Philomena Tewa Owana. Chelsea Williams Bacale. I apologize. Thank you. Christopher Lee Fredericks. Danielle Weigel Craven. Jacqueline Alicia Fowler Jones. And Amy Marie Skydebor. Shawanya Teresa Smiley. Christina Marie Williams Brown. There, thank you. Melissa Marie Ledesma. Alexandra Louise Bolden. Shante Lidra Onide. Jessica Lynette Simpson. Shelley Latia Davis. Rebecca Meredith Morrison. Please join me in giving a round of applause for the education specialist graduates. We now have the honor of recognizing those students who will be receiving their master's degrees. A representative from each of the departments will call the names of the degree recipients from his or her respective departments. We'll start with Dr. Kenneth Hergenrather, Professor of Counseling, who will present the master's candidates from his department.
Thank you, Dean Freund. I'm proud to recognize the graduates from the Department of Counseling and Human Development. We have 3 programs. We have the Rehabilitation Counseling Program, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, School Counseling, and Individualized Master's Program. We'll begin with Clinical Mental Health. The first person, Carissa LeRae Strohecker. Okay. Lauren Kalki Bouchard. Joya Lucas. Anne Margaret Ternaski. Ronald Esquivel. Tessa Ratner. Simran Aurora. Samara Rose Gelb. Shannon Ray Berkner. Ashley Nicole Fry. Karen Tovar Cardenas. Our next group are Rehabilitation Counseling Program graduates. And I just want to let you know our Rehabilitation Counseling Program is ranked 6th in the nation by the U.S. News and World Report. And we continue to hold the ranking in the top 10 since 1968. Kelsey Renee Bates. Matthew Arthur Tanis. Adam Ray Travelpiece. Lauren Francis Chase. Hannah Ramsey. Donette Day. Ashley Lauren Orr. Yongan Chow. Jonathan Calvin Weary. Shannon Graves. Elizabeth Rousseau. Carrie Mae Williams. Stacy Ann Watts. Barbara Barrera. Pamela Sherry Carricker. Robin Jenks Vanderlip. Congratulations. Michael David Fox. I'm now proud to present graduates of our school counseling program. Thank you. Andrew William Sheston. Evan Camaro. Megan Marie Nemec. Lori Vollmer. Thank you. Taylor Len Jewett. Hi. Thank you. Jenny Lynn Bartimus. How are you? Autumn Randall. Hi, how are you? Michelle McIntosh Peters. Marisa Lynn Constradovo. Thanks. Mallory Jane Levy. Catherine Lee Ross. Hi. Cassandra Louise Ford. Hi. Leah Nicole Hunter. Eliana Genovese. Hi. Felicia Denise Tavares. Minyote Yurda. Lan Zhu. Please give a round of applause for the Department of Counseling and Human Development graduates. I will now introduce Dr. Brian Casemore, Chair of the Department of Curriculum and Pedagogy, who will present the master's candidates from his department. Dr. Casemore.
Thank you, Ken. Hello, everyone. Here before us, the graduates in the Department of Curriculum and Pedagogy. I am proud to introduce the graduates in Curriculum and Instruction. Nadine Nahachewski. Stephanie Lynn Thompson. Hi. Ella Jane Sinise. Alanuf Alanazi. Sarah Carr Boer. Sierra Kaler Jones. Marielle Castellanos. John Jongmin Lee. I am proud to introduce the graduates in elementary education. Allison Kayla Smith. Josh Benjamin. Shuxing Jessica Young. Ben Eshen. Amanda Smiley. Simone Elise Stevens. Jennifer Luke Hills. Manaza Gazanfur. Jennifer Ann Lowe. Taylor Monfordini. DeGross. Ellen DeGross. I am proud to introduce the graduates in secondary education. Say it. Arosta. Allison Ann Arosta. Got it? It's new to me. Jessica Saltzman. Allegra Haskin Penny. Leah Marie Ruby Sackdahl. Julie Claire Faust. How you doing? Tara Christine Austin. Grace Noel Parker Suter. Alexandra Akanamu. Marielle That's good stuff. Marielle Dominique Nogue. Sarah Colthurst Landers. Hey. Mark David Snowis. Hey, congratulations. Carolina Rodriguez Garcia. Hi. Stephanie Riggs. Frederick Yoro. Congratulations. Oh, moving on. Please give a round of applause for the Department of Curriculum and Pedagogy graduates. I now introduce you to Dr. Joel Gomez, Chair of the Department of Educational Leadership, who will present the master's candidates from his department.
Thank you, Dr. Casemore. I am honored to introduce graduates from programs in the Department of Education and Leadership. First, I'm proud to introduce graduates from the Program of Assessment, Testing, and Measurements. Yan. I'm proud to introduce a graduate from the Education Policy Studies program, Gary Alexander Coletti. Jennifer Annette Markazi. Rebecca Shackelford. Catherine Alexis Nichols. Margaret Taylor. Michelle Sophie Bloom. Ashley Lorraine Issen. I'm proud to introduce graduates from the Program of Education, Leadership, and Administration. Sadev Gazolu. Stephen Ashley Arrington. Jordan Lee McGregor. Jessica Lindsay Roman. Kyla Alexandria Johnson. Brandon Kyle Gibson Jackson. Tracy Donisha Powell. Melinda Tebbles Nover. Noshin Akhtar. Sher Ahmet. Melissa Hope Pop. Brandon Corbett Saipas. Jamie Lolita Hines. Shanae Ashley Sneed. Nadia Fairclove. Shantice Renee McKenzie. Jarrett Winston. I'm honored to have graduate from the Education Technology Leadership Program. Megan Elizabeth Taylor Booth. Kay Osio Vestogi. Hi, how are you? Carlos Villena. Vicky Lynn Stengwurtzel. Sharice Parker. Brielle Elman Ashley. Jennifer Lynn Abel. Christopher Michael Bolden. Kelly Cashin. Christina Marie Smith. Eric Bomi Mistry. Dora Ann Daniel. Melissa Jean Schott. Katie Marie Serbeck. Caitlin B. Crane. Jutatmani Penjarin McNiff. Lisa Catherine Sokolsky. I'd like to introduce graduates from the Program of Experiential Education and Jewish Cultural Arts. Jennifer Fetcher. Marta Echelberger Jankowskova. I'm proud to introduce graduates from the Program of Higher Education Administration. Avery Moses. Anna M. Leskanovich. Erica Rachel Anderson. Amaris Vasquez Vargas. Mahogany Nicole Persip. Timothy James Raybolt. Tyler Young. Ricky John Owens. Jara Dina Smith. Antoine Elisha Harper. John Cayley. Ryan Tunkel. Jessica Polk. Keri Sarah Nakito. Pallavi Rai Gulo. Danielle P. Goldstein. Madeline N. Liberty. Anna Jane Leach. Kristen Elizabeth Pantazes. Lynn A. Somerville. Megan E. Wilson. Anna Catherine Whiston. Mary R. Reithmick. Erin Elizabeth McGuire. Okay. From the Programs of International Education, Allison Marty Zimbler. Hello. Adayel Eloha Brander. Kyla Michelle Springer. Rachel Ann Moody. Victoria Chan. Kyla Marie Whitney. Melissa Ann Glynn. Anna Lines. Genevieve Way Rowland. Robert Charles Viglietta. Paola Bonilla. Afua Ogusawa Sarpong. Patrick Murphy Miller. Ebote Sylvia Adiang Ngule. Marie L. Balolu. Romina Giselle Kasman. Elena Lilia Saavedra. Nancy Pei. Kongye Su. Yuan Yu. Jiahui Liu. Ranxing Li. Amy Jessica Lang. Elizabeth Christine Sulam. Wisi Shen. I'm honored to introduce graduates from the program of Museum Education. Christina Ann Seals. Ruth Shirley. Anna L. Welcott. Taylor Christine Horst. Nina Graham. Caitlin Elizabeth Forlung Blake. Juliana Elena Venegas. Erin Marie Kohler. Cristina Margarita Hernandez Guerrero. Kelly R. Wise. Michelle Muniz. Jewesi Liu. Please give a round of applause for the Department of Education Leadership graduates. And I now introduce to you Dr. Shaista Khilji, Professor of Human and Organizational Learning, who will present the master's candidates from her department.
Would the graduates in the Department of Human and Organizational Learning come forward to be recognized? Masters of Arts, Education and Human Development in Human Resource Development, Chilane Safali. Masters of Arts in Education and Human Development in Individual Study, Gisela Butera. Masters of Arts in Education and Human Development in Organizational Leadership and Learning, Leslie Sarah Rowe. Wanda Graham. Shao Ting Chen. Hi. Jennifer Lynn Fitzpatrick. Amy Marie Porcho. Carly Amanda Hardin. Lisa Ann Shower. Jennifer Ann Clark. Megan Rosemary Sherman. Asal Ravandi. Michelle A. Harris. Sherry Lynn Inverso. Evangeline Dupins. Charlene Ossie. Marisa Payne. Fata Morita Dukuli. Taprina Nicole Jackson. Usa Talakan. Pacha Somne. Siyu Chu. Sadie Ann Mealy. Benjamin T. Adams. Earl Edward Scott. Brian Joseph Mojica. Christopher J. Young. Jonathan Stephen Granada. Ginny Jang. Daniel Payan. Please give a round of applause for the Department of Human and Organizational Learning. I now introduce you to Dr. Elizabeth Rice, Chair of the Department of Special Education and Disability Studies, who will present the master's candidates for her department.
Let's begin with early childhood special education. Demetrius Cheris Clark. Kara Christiana Davis. Deborah Cohen Ellick. El Minyami. Sarah Asari Rudolph. Laura Raquel Ruiz. Anne Catherine Stewart. Juman Mansour Atashkandi. Gina Renee Thorson. Janice Casimir Joseph. Now present the graduates of the Secondary Special Education and Transition Services. Robin Stone Davis. Hello. Dewar. Eric S. Dewar. Callis. Courtney Elizabeth Callis. So funny. Angela Laverne Thomas. All right, hi. Jordan Nicole Black. Hello. Good. Lorenzo Sims. Tynika Leigh Riddick. That's exciting. Rachel Nicole Simon. Say it for me. Okay. Melinda Irene Cheatham. Catherine Barbara Aguilera. Flasco. Stephanie Ann Flasco. Beautiful. Hi. Benavides. Kimberly Melissa Benavides. Woohoo. Hello, beautiful. Carissa Von Garman. Oh, hi. Sade Dominique Brew. Hi. Alexandra Grace McKenna. Hi. I'll probably say it wrong. Great. Joshua Thomas Brannick. Hi. Gamery. All right, just making sure. Daryl Gamery. Now present the graduates from the Special Education for Children with Emotional and Behavioral Disorders program. Hi. Shakana Brashay Anderson. Hello. Pisani, I've pronounced it wrong all these years. Okay. Capria Deviento Pisani. Woohoo! Hi. Emily Catherine Hahn. Yay! Yay! Amita Singh. Puren Michelle No. You look so pretty. Kayla Rachel Manilow. Awesome. Christina T. Chittams. Lauren Isadora Caldwell. Latasha Perry. Kamiko Scott. Good morning, congrats. Angela N. Robinson. Now present the graduates from Special Education for Culturally and Linguistically Diverse Learners. Jasmine Marie Russell. Congratulations. Mercurius. Tremaine Roland Mercurius. Brittany Nishay Stewart. Anelia Calata Lanis. Where's Castillo? And what's the first name? Juvie Perez Castillo. Is it Barrack? Melissa J. Barrack. Lauren Courtney Turim. Hatcher, right? Yes. Jennifer Elaine Hatcher. Attila Antoinette Seymour. Monica Khalees Pearson. Lisa Corinne Watts. Jenna Lee Johnson. Amy Elizabeth Haddad. Can we now have a round of applause for all the special education and disability studies graduates?
In yet another test of my improvisational skills, the microphone didn't work. I ask the faculty to please rise in honor of our great graduates of the class of 2017. That was a beautiful and brilliant procession. You got it almost right. It was a great rehearsal. Line up, we're going to get this right. Actually, thank you all very much. By the way, the music was provided by the great Cherry Blossom String Quartet. Let's hear it for them. I'm sorry to say that this brings to an end our ceremony for this morning. Those of you who were smart enough to take a selfie with me when you came up here, you will get your diplomas. And as far as the little kids who came up, we have sign-up forms for them for the class of 2044. Everybody, please stay seated until the faculty and the graduates have made their way through the center aisle. We then invite everybody to continue the celebration at a reception in the Grand and Continental Ballrooms in the 3rd floor of the Marvin Center. We look forward to seeing you there. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow on the National Mall in the presence of our great Washington Monument. And I thank you again to everyone, all the graduates, the families, the friends. My sincerest congratulations to all of you. Go out there and do great things. Bravo.